Excuse the mess because we're moving. I got boxes everywhere and stuff everywhere because we're start to pack and move. But this just came in today. This is the 4000 Porsche sine wave inverter by wzreLb, known as a reliable inverter. People say there's good things about them. Like always, something could happen. You could do a mistake and mess up the inverters. Each of these sockets, this is split phase inverter, 4000 split phase. I got it because I had those other inverters where it had like 4,000 and 4,000 watts could handle in one socket, right? But I've slowly find out that more than 2,000 watts, it burns out fuses, and then you have to open it up, change fuses. Already 3 inverters only had one socket that handles 2 inverters were 5,000 watts. POW Mister, POWMR, and they died on me twice. And I was like, with warranty, you can't just go in there, open it, and then change fuses because then you can't return them. And I'm testing this one out. I should not get no fuses blown because if the fuse blown and doing this 80%, because I'm planning on give it a test of 1500 watts. I already did this one right here, 1500 watts, with one of my oil heaters, those portable oil heaters, space heaters, and it ran flawlessly. Now I got the refrigerator hooked up to this, which it gives a surge of 2400 watts, but it uses 200. Where's my thing? It uses like 200 watts. Well, this will show more. I think this is right now using what I got here. That's from the battery, but I think that's the computer because I'm also running the computer. All right, I'm running a miner right now that uses a CPU, so it's running like 150 watts. I was trying to get GPU, but this a lot of the GPUs miners don't work anymore because they went out of business. So the server is down and everything, and there's only CPUs and a few GPU miners out there that you can mine coins. So right here, you could touch it once. It's a touch screen. Yes, I guess just to open it, that's it. I can't do much with the thing. I'm not sure if I hit A. No, it's just to look to see what's going on. So the refrigerator turned off. The refrigerator, nothing's going on this wire. It was, like I said, 1 amp. This wire here, that's the computer. But I didn't even notice when the refrigerator kicked on because I hooked it up. Refrigerator was off, and when I put it back on, and it came on the refrigerator, nothing. The computer didn't turn off or nothing. It stayed like in nothing. It just ran like flawlessly. That's the other inverter. It made some noises when it came on, which they were low frequency. You heard a loud and then and that was a heavy thing. All right. If you ever had to do wire hookups, it's like they show this wire. This is already color code. The white If you have, most of the USA, when you buy these cables, because this is the ones that I bought at Home Depot, the majority of the wires that comes out of Home Depot, white is neutral, black is hot, green, and green is, ground. You see here that the black is hot, which is the smaller one right there, because the small one is the hot, and that's the neutral. Now over here, you start to notice, I see. Go down here. I did record this the wrong way, up and down. I wonder if it's. I'll go to YouTube, but this is. This is one phase. This is a split phase. This is one phase. The second phase. This is the neutral. This is the ground. So when you hook it up, you have the two hot ones. I forgot the color how they use the hot ones, but the thing is in here. I'm looking at it. I see. Well, here's the neutral. They got it like red, and then I see black and black. So this is the 250 right here. Also, this is 250 right here. It's like European plugs. We usually don't use that here like that in the United States, these type of plugs, unless you got European, European made appliance. So the ones you'll be hooking up will be here. So it'll be 4 wires coming out. This is the total amperage cannot be higher than 16.7 amps for all of the connections. But this one says 4,000, and this is the same thing as this. One would be 4,000 for here, but you're using L1A2, so you combine both of them together, 4,000. Because this L1 should be for this one. This L2 should be for this one. And then I got this. This is one of the cheapest one out there. It has a screen, has Bluetooth, but it does not have connection. I think it's that thing with almost like a Ethernet cord for you to hook up each of them and put them into Wi-Fi or something, so you could monitor it. Does not have that. So anyway, I made that right there. This wire came with the battery. So today what I did, I made this to split it, because when I want to move it, because I got to move it, I don't want to just keep I'm screwing over here, which when I do have to hook this back up, this has a resistor here, low resistor, right? I have to anyway unhook this. I got tape on it because I don't want nobody touching it, because 48 volts could kill somebody. And this is bare that it came. I saw in the thing that had caps, and the caps didn't come in. And because it has the little grooves here, so you can pull a cap on here. And it was not in the, it didn't came with it. I wonder if it's used. It could be. I don't see no scratches. Usually when it's used, you get a scratch, but maybe. like all the other ones. Here somebody did a mistake, blew a fuse, and they send it back, and then they put a new fuse in there, and they ship it to me. But the thing is, it's working flawlessly. Switch port. That's what it is. I got a cable there that's on and off switch port, right? That's what it says. Oh, I had to hook it up on here to, I guess, to hit that button to turn it on and off. That's what that. But that wire is real little. It's like it's only 6 feet. 6 feet compared to all this. So how? If I take this all the way out, I had to hook that wire. How am I gonna hook it up? Anyway, that's the system. I believe that's the computer. The computer's pulling that. Yeah, computer's pulling like 120. I think this inverter is pulling like 30 watts. It to run for itself. Yeah, it's like 3 amps. It's this much, and but the system here. This is 1 amp. This I say like 1 amp, 120 watts, right? This one says 154. So this thing probably is using 34 watts as for operating. The internals. So it consumes 35 watts by itself. That's not that bad for a 4,000 inverter split phase. And if this works out great and it lasts, I'm going to try it. Well, I only had one that lasts a week and a half. And then I had 2 of them. One that only lasted 2 days. And one that lasted only 1 day. Let's see how long this inverter lasts. Hopefully, I hope this is a keeper. I hear good things about it. And I hope I hope it lasts 10 years. I hope. If it lasts for a long time, let's say if I run this when I put it on the next apartment, and if it lasts, 6 months, or if I know it's running 6 months, then I could make it last. As long as I keep it on. I'll make sure if I do turn it, if the off of the battery goes down, this thing, every time this thing turns off, make sure you disconnect this before you turn it back on and load the capacitors slowly. Anytime this thing turns off. If it turns off and you charge the battery, do not charge the battery without loading the resistor. But the battery just goes down, but it's always given, power, the battery. When this thing shuts off, it still has 48 volts, because it'll shut off at, I think, at 49 something, it'll shut off. That for giving power. So, yeah, you do need to disconnect this and then load. So, all right, I'm going to stop the video here.